Good morning, listeners. My name is Alexander Rennie, and I am walking alongside the A383. For the past 2 years, I have been giving up my own time in similarly unglamorous fashion to bring you an approximately weekly dose of bite-sized reportage from the often overlooked margins of our country's urban environment. Today, that sees me crossing an unremarkable bridge from last week's subject, Newton Abbot, into Kingsteignton, today's Forgotten Town.
Kingsteignton, Devon. Population 10,857. Rank number 877.
The tone is quickly set here by the fact that the first three things I find in order of appearance, and supposedly in Kingsteignton, are Newton Abbot Racecourse, Newton Abbot Rugby Football Club, and then this, Tesco Superstore, loudly proclaiming that it is serving Newton Abbot's customers, communities, and planet a little better. Whilst there's no disputing that the two towns share the same planet, I am not quite so sure how happy Kingsteignton is about ceding its civic territory. More of that later, though it is lending grist to the mill of anyone who might argue that actually Kingsteignton is little more than a suburb of Newton Abbot. Technically it's not, so it gets its own episode. But what it probably doesn't get is all its own shops and town centre, so maybe a little bit less of that. Bad news for you if you enjoy me whittering on about dismal retail provision, but for the rest of us, probably no great loss. I can see a large church tower hoving into view, and it looks of some antiquity. Let's make for that. Maybe we'll get a little bit more of Kingsteignton's own individual character. I have finally made it across the brook that seems to separate all the trading estates and the residential area, which seems uniformly to be constituted of late 20th century detached and semi-detached housing. A couple of fellas there laying a new driveway. Lovely stuff. Around the church I find a small oasis of slightly older building. Church well and truly locked. But I'm invited to sit on one of the three newly installed benches in the churchyard, which I will do actually, if I can find them. I have to say, this is a charming spot and utterly unexpected. Let's find Kingsteignton in the book. Nail hit on the head here, I suppose, when it says Kingsteignton, now mostly a sprawling suburb. Nonetheless, the sprawl is invisible here from the churchyard, and we can even appreciate why the parish council decided to redefine itself as a town in 2009 to ensure that, at least in terms of local governance, it remained distinct from its larger neighbour. Just walking alongside a little stream. There's cottages the other side of it, accessed via paving slabs that lie on top of the stream. Given it's scarcely rained for about a month, I don't know where all this water's coming from. Heading down 4th Street, which does actually do a passable job of looking like the nuclear hub of the settlement. There aren't a huge number of shops here, but there are a couple of pubs. And of the two in this part of town, my intel suggests that the King's Arms is better for beer, so let's see whether it's open. Hi, are you open?
We are indeed.
Fantastic. We'll have a pint of Gundog. I don't normally get to go to the pub at midday on a Monday, but I'm on holiday, so make the most of it.
It's nice to do it sometimes.
Oh, precisely, yeah.
Thank you.
Here in the King's Arms, we're able to read up on the history of the ram roasting fair, still held during Whip Week, which evolved from the annual sacrificial offering of a ram to appease the gods of the local spring and secure adequate water supply. On the evidence of the recent stream, the old ways still appear to be doing the trick. Meanwhile, however, we have received an email from a Mr. Crocker of Warwickshire who has clearly been consulting the show's website at forgottentowns.org. Dear team, with only a handful of settlements left to visit, will you be throwing a party and our loyal listeners invited? Well, sir, we should roll into town number 1000, Largs in Ayrshire, on Monday, 25th August 2025. Anyone who finds me at Wetherspoons quoting the phrase Forgotten Towns will receive a pint of Belhaven 80 shilling. For now, though, 2 remaining Devon towns await. See you in Dawlish next time.
I've been to the east and I've been out west and I've been all the world around, but I ain't seen none come anywhere near
Kingsteignton, Devon.